Hey everybody, welcome back to the Warboss Fitch channel. Today we are out in the garage and we are going to have ourselves a battle report. This is going to be the second part of the Ghostly Undead focus that we got going on this week. This is the list that we built in the unit discussion video that you can see if you click on that little tab there in the corner, if you are into just in-depth analysis of the army as a whole. But in this video, if you're here, you just want to see some models getting smashed together and see what happens. So going over the list real quick, we have 2 squads of 10 ghosts, 1, 2. We have 10 scythed goats with their grim leader. We have 10 wraiths with another grim leader. 10 banshees, led by an ancient banshee. 10 hexed knights with another grim leader. And in the back is our ghost chariot. All the units have multiple different layers of defensive abilities. The grim leader with the wraiths has caster 3. So we're going to see what this army can do today. Let's go ahead and check out their opposition. On this side of the board, we have the Havoc Warriors that we've had on the channel previously. We have 10 barbarians led by a barbarian champion. 10 Havoc Warriors with a Havoc Master. Another 10 Havoc Warriors with a Havoc Master with a caster rule. 3 demonic knights here with the Havoc Master leading them on a demon mount. 10 Havoc Hounds down here in the corner. A unit of Havoc Ogres right here. Then we have 2 Havoc Shrines and a Demon Spawn right between them. We're going to see how this works out today. Let's go ahead and get to the board. So this is going to be a little different today because my ladder has gone missing. So there's going to be no overhead shots. We have objective 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On our desert board today. What we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of variation on what we've done in the past. Just because I want to put a little bit more of a competitive stint on this, we're going to use the main objectives as the point scoring. So objectives at the end of the game are going to be worth 1 point each, and we are still going to use the cards for a little bit of randomness, but they're just going to be extra points added on as the game goes along. 3 cards a turn. Both players are trying to achieve it, and we'll see what that gives us. So this is the deployment for the Ghostly Undead. We have our Wraiths over here. They're going to ambush. I just keep them in the corner to not forget them. Ghosts, Scythed Ghosts. We have our Hexed Cavalry and their leader all up over this mountain because they can fly, so why not? Ghosts, Chariots, and the Banshees over here overlooking objective number 2. Then for the Havoc Warriors, we have our Demon Spawn over here in the corner because he's going to ambush. We have the Barbarians and the Hounds have scouted up. Ogres, Shrine, Warriors, Warriors, Shrine, Demon Cavalry. So let's see what we have for our secondary objectives using the cards. Our first one is going to be Terrify, followed by Hold 3. And then Seize 3. Looks like a whole lot of stuff's going to be happening on number 3, on turn number 1. So then we're going to see who goes first. Havoc Warriors and the Ghosts get a 1. So it looks like Havoc Warriors starting off on turn number 1. First activation of the game, we're going to have this Shrine here in the middle. It's going to give out his Dark Blessing to this squad of Ogres and this squad of Warriors. And then it's going to move forward to there, putting it right in the middle of the board. Next activation, this unit of Ghosts is going to move to right there. And they're going to be blocking that gap. The second Shrine is going to do the same thing as the first one did. It's going to give +1 to hit these Warriors and to the Demon Cavalry here. And then it is going to move up to right there, bringing it real close to those Ghosts. These Ghosts over here on the other side of this chariot, they're going to move forward onto objective 3, where most of the fighting is going to happen, I'm going to assume, like that. Now the juiced up unit of Ogres over here, they are just going to move like that and put them in that gap headed towards number 3. The Ghost Chariot is going to move forward to there, and then it is going to fire its damned souls into this unit of Hounds. So the Chariot has 6 shots hitting on a 4. We got 4 hits. And at AP1, the dogs are saving on a 6. That's going to be 4 dead dogs. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be just enough to not cause a morale test. The unit of warriors in the middle that is juiced up is going to go as fast as they can. 2 there. Then a unit of scythed ghosts over here in this spot is going to move and end up there claiming objective number 6. The second unit of warriors is going to move as well to there, putting a whole lot of their melee potential right in the middle of the board. The banshees up on the hill are going to go ahead and get down like that, and then they are going to scream at the unit of barbarians. Now with all the banshees and the ancient banshee, there's going to be 24 attacks hitting on a 3. And at AP1, the barbarians are going to be saving on a 6. So with about 14 wounds that went through, that's going to be it for the barbarians and the barbarian hero. The demonic knights are going to move next to there, using some of their movement to get over those hills. Last activation for the Ghostly Undead for turn 1. We have our knights on the hill. They're going to go ahead and move down to block off objective number 3 like that. Let me show you from the other side. Being able to put their fast and flying to use. Now there's nothing that's going to be able to get into objective number 3 like those dogs, which are the last activation of the Havoc Warriors. Instead, what those dogs are going to do is they are just going to move up the hill here to hide themselves, to possibly run out and nab something later on. So let's look at our objectives here at the end of turn number 1. The only thing that was scored was Seize 3. That is firmly in the Ghostly Undead's hands. So they're going to score 1 point there on their secondaries, and then the next mission secondary will be cut them down. So we've had our ambushing units come in pretty much on the same side of the board. We have our wraiths over here getting ready to engage the shrine, and then behind the line of ghosts, we have the demon spawn. So first activation, those wraiths are going to charge into the shrine like that. First thing that the leader in that squad is going to attempt to do, because it is caster 2, it now has 4 casting points because it is turn 2. It's going to attempt to use Rise again on his squad of wraiths and the squad of scythed ghosts that are close enough to it, trying to give them regeneration. So it's a power 3. He's going to put all 4 points into it, so looking for a 3+. It actually works. So both of those squads are going to have regeneration. So now the wraiths and the grim leader are going to attack the shrine. The white dice are going to be the wraiths. They're looking for a 3. The black is going to be the grim leader, looking for a 4. We had 6 hits go through. They're all going to be AP2 with Reap. So the Havoc Shrine is looking to save on a 5, and any 1s cause additional wounds. So it's going to take 4 wounds. That takes the big guy down to 8 wounds. Now his weapon AP doesn't matter because the save on everything in the army pretty much is a 6. So he's going to do all of his attacks, his 12 attacks overall, hitting on a 4. So 5 hits, saving on a 6 for the armor save. 1 save. Another save on a 6 for the ethereal. 1 save. Another save on a 6 because the squad has Spell Eater. None of those. And then finally, because the spell went off, they have regeneration on a 5. Saves 1 of those. So they take 2 total. So they lose 2, 1, 2. And because these guys caused 4 and he caused 2 with fear of 2, that means that this combat is tied. So the wraiths just have to take a 1-inch step back. And while I'm doing this, you can see the absolute number of saves that the Ghostly Undead can pull off. The demon spawn back here is going to charge into these scythed ghosts. First thing, the demon spawn has mutations. On a 4, that means its attacks get AP +1, which it is not going to help it in this situation. It has 6 attacks. Normally it's hitting on a 4, but because the scythed ghosts have the chilling rule, they're going to be hit on a 5. For 3 hits. Now the scythed ghosts save on a 6. 1 save. Ethereal on a 6. 1 save. Spell Eater on a 6. And then they have regeneration. And they pass for no wounds caused. Now what they're going to do is they're going to choose not to fight back. Instead, they are going to activate next. And they are going to charge into those Havoc Warriors right in front of them. They're going to charge like that. We're going to start with the Grim Leader. He hits on a 4. Oh, only 1 hit. Havoc Warriors save on a 3. They're going to pass. Now the rest of the attacks of the squad hitting on a 5. Their weapons have rending, and there's 2 6s in there. That's going to be 2 dead warriors, and the rest save on a 3. They fail 1, and since it's a 1, it becomes an additional 1 because of reap, so it's going to be 4 warriors down total. So they're going to pick 4 out of the back, and then they are going to swarm in. Once again, AP doesn't matter because the saves are 6, so we're going to roll everything at the same time. Because of chilling, the warriors are going to hit on a 4. 3 hits. Saving out of 6. Ethereal, 1 save, and then Spell Eater, 1 save. So they're going to lose 1 Scythed Ghost. So just one of these comes out, and then the Havoc Warrior is going to need to make a morale test. They pass morale on a 3. They're good. The Demonic Cavalry is going to activate next, and they're going to squeeze through all the terrain to charge those ghosts. Like that. So we're going to start off with 8 impact hits on a 2. We got 4 hits, so now it's just time for the ghost to save on a 6. Fail, and the only other save they have is their ethereal save. They fail all 4. So there goes 4 right off the bat. So now we're going to roll everything else together. 10 attacks between the Havoc Master and the Demonic Cavalry, hitting on a 3. 6 hits, time to roll saves for 6. 1 save, and then ethereal. Nothing else. So that means we're going to be down to 1 ghost left. So that takes out these 5, and we're down to 1 lonely ghost. That little courageous ghost has 1 attack on a 5, and he's going to miss. So now it is time for morale test for that ghost, which he's going to fail. Undead roll. He's going to go away. Boom! The chariot is going to be the next to move. It goes up to 4 magic points this turn, and with its flying, it goes all the way up there to the top. Ooh, weird angle time. So what it's going to do is it is going to use its 4 spell power to give these 2 units over here on objective 3 +2 to hit. And then it's going to fire down there at the wolves. So the name of the spell is called Grief. He's going to use all 4 of his points into it. It's a strength 2 power, so it's going to go off on a 2. Didn't need it this time. It goes off. So then it's going to fire its 6 damned souls into those hounds, hitting on a 4. 4 hits and saving on a 6. It's going to be another 4 that go down. So now those hounds need a morale test on a 4. And they fail. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they are pinned. Seeing that the ogres don't want to get charged by the knights, they're going to go ahead and charge into the knights themselves. Like that. So if the ogres are going to hit on a 4. Ooh. We only ended up with 3 hits. 6 to save. Save 1. 6 to save for ethereal. Failed those both. And then the Hex Knights do have regeneration from the Grim Leader. Saves 1, so 1 knight does go down. So the knights are going to choose not to fight back. So they are going to need a morale test on a 4. And they pass. So 1 knight does go down. We're going to go ahead and take this guy all the way in the edge. Then the Hex Knights are going to activate, fly over everybody to charge into that shrine over there. Like that. And what we're left with is some stupefied ogres that have been flown over by the Hexed Knights. So what happens with the ogres being flown over is the squad of Hexed Knights has the Spectral Touch ability. So the ogres are going to take a hit on a 6. I'm only rolling 9 dice because only the squad has it, not the hero. They're only going to take 1 hit. And the ogre saves on a 4. They're going to take 1 wound. Now the Hexed Knights do not have impact, but the leader does on the big shrine. So hitting on a 2. 2 hits. The shrine saves on a 3. It's fine there. Then the squad is going to get +2 to hit because of the chariot. We're going to go ahead and do the leader first. He has 4 attacks with no AP with Reap and 1 attack with Lance. Everything hits because everything hits on a 2. Now the Reap is saving on a 3. It's going to take 2 wounds. And the Lance saving on a 5. It's going to take another. Now it's time for the Hexed Knights. They each have 1 attack apiece at AP2 with Reap. And again, they were hitting on a 4. Now they're going to be hitting on a 2. 7 hits, saving on a 5 with Reap. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And with Reap, that makes it 7. So the big guy takes 10 wounds total. So in this case, AP is going to matter because the Knights have a save of a 4. The Giant is going to attack with its Giant Fist, which are the white dice, and its Stomp, which are the black dice. Hitting on a 4. Ooh. So we're going to have 5 saves on a 6. Nothing. Regeneration. So we're going to save 2. And then I forgot the ethereal. So we're going to lose 3. So we're just going to go 1, 2, 3. Now that big guy definitely lost combat. Time for his morale test. Morale test on a 4. He is going to take off running. I mean, I would too if I got jumped on by a bunch of undead cavalry. So then what they're going to do is they get their 3-inch wiggle. They're just going to go here to stand on objective number 4. This squad of Havoc Warriors don't like that, so they're going to charge right back in. Like that. So our Havoc Master in that squad is a caster of 2. So again, on turn 2, they have 4 points to throw. They're going to throw Thornfield on the Hexed Knights and the Scythed Ghosts. It's a strength 3 spell, so they're going to put all 4 points into it, casting on a 3. And it goes off. So what that does is each squad takes 6 hits. We're going to go ahead and start with the Knights, saving on a 6. Save 2. Then Ethereal, saving 2 more. And then the squad has regeneration. So they only lose 1. Then against the Scythed Ghosts, save 1. We're going to go ahead and go right to their Spell Eater ability, which saves them on a 2 from spells. And save the rest. So strength 3 power only kills one of these guys. So again, AP doesn't matter. Everything is going to be hitting on a 3. We ended up with 7 hits, saving on a 6. 2 saves, ethereal. No saves, and then regeneration. 1 save, so they lose 4 more. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Leaving us with 1 knight and the Grim Leader. So they've already fought, so they are fatigued. Everything's going to hit on a 6. Let's go ahead and do the Grim Leader. We got 1 hit with Reap, saving on a 3. They pass. And then 1 attack from the other Hexed Knight on a 6, and it fails. So the Hexed Knights lose combat. They fail their morale test. Undead roll. They take 4 more wounds, which is going to leave the leader with 3 left. So this guy goes down. He's going to back up. He's got 6 to start with. So he takes the 3 extra undead, and he has 3 left. The next unit to activate is going to be the Banshees. They're going to move over towards the Ogres. Like that, and now they are just going to start screaming. So 24 Banshee Wails, hitting on a 3. Ended up with 15 hits, AP 1, so saving on a 5. Doing 9 wounds, which is going to take out that Ogre squad. Schwack. These warriors in the middle, they're going to charge back into the Scythed Ghosts. The Herald is going to use his Doom Caller ability to tell those wraiths that they're going to be -2 to their morale test if they lose combat. AP doesn't matter because they're ghosts. Everything hits on a 6. For nothing. So the Scythed Ghosts are going to attack back. Again, everything hits on a 6. 1 Scythed Ghost hits with its Rending Weapon. That's 1 dead warrior. And the Grim Leader had 2 hits with Reap. They're going to save both of those. So 1 warrior goes down. That means that they're going to lose combat. But they're going to stick around. So we pluck 1, and then everybody else backs up an inch. Like so. Last activation for the Ghostly Undead with this squad of ghosts here. They are going to just be able to touch that warrior squad. So after the charge and the 3-inch wiggle, they're going to be able to get 6 close enough to attack in combat. So because they've been juiced up by the chariot, even though they are only ghosts, they're going to be hitting on a 3. 3 hits, saving on a 3. They're going to lose 1. They're going to lose the 1. And because they are Havoc Warriors, they're going to pile in, leaving them with 4 guys and the leader left. So all their attacks hitting on a 6. Ooh, we got 4 hits. Ghosts are saving on a 6. Failed them all with Ethereal. Save 1, so they're going to lose 3. So that means the ghosts have to take a morale test, which they fail. There's 7 left. They're going to lose 1 more. So they lose 4, and they have to back up. Last 2 activations for turn number 2 for the Havoc Warriors. These guys are going to unpin, and Biggin charges back into the wraiths. So all the shrines attacks on a 6. We got nothing. All the wraiths are going to attack back on a 6. We got 1 hit, saving on a 5. He's going to save. So the big guy has Fear of 2, which means the wraiths lose combat. So they're going to need a morale test. And they're good. So a whole bunch of stuff happened on that turn. Woo, let's look at some cards. Cut them down. Both teams were able to destroy one enemy unit at least. Neither was able to destroy 3 or more, so they both get 1 point. Hold number 3. The Ghostly Undead still control objective number 3, so they're going to get that for 2 points. And then Terrify. The Ghostly Undead did fail more than 3 morale tests this turn, so the Havoc Warriors are going to get 2 points. But the Havoc Warriors did fail at least 1 morale test, so the Ghostly Undead are going to get 1 point. Let's see what our new objectives are. Delve Deep, Hold 4, and Seize 2. First activation of turn number 3, we're going to have our Grim leader and his Strider unit is going to move and charge on the opposite side of the big guy. What he's then going to do is going to cast Grief on his squad and the squad of Scythed Ghosts on the other side of the hill. He's got 2 points. He's going to put both into it. Needs a 4. And it's going to go off. With their newfound abilities, they're going to be able to hit on a 2. Everybody in the squad is going to be swinging at the big guy. 8 hits, AP 2. That means big guy saving on a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fail. And with Reap, it's going to be 10 total. That's going to be it. With only 8 wounds left, he's out of there. Trying to make sure the side of the Ghosts don't charge, so they don't get that +2 to hit. The smaller unit of Warriors is going to charge into them. Like that. The Havoc Master uses his Doomcaller ability to spook the already dead spooks, giving them -2 to their morale test. And then everybody hits on a 3. 3 hits, saving on a 6. Ethereal. And then Spell Eater. So 2 other Scythed Ghosts are going to go down. The Scythed Ghosts fighting back, whites are going to need 5s, and then blacks are going to need 4s. 1 rending save on a 6. With Reap, that means it's going to be 2 warriors down. We only have 2 warriors left, so we're going to have to do these one at a time. 3. There's another one. 3. There's another one. So now it goes right to the Havoc Master. He's going to take 1 with Reap, so it means he takes 2. He is down to 1 wound left. It may not have been the best idea to taunt a Reaper. Morale test on a 3. He's going to be good. Next activate is going to be the Chariot coming down from the mountain. And what it's going to do is it is going to shoot at those 2 dogs with its spirit guns. And then it's going to cast Vicious Spirits at that unit of warriors. First, it casts the spell. It is a Strength 3 spell. He's only got 2 points, so he's going to try to cast it on a 5. And it goes off. So it is 6 hits at AP 2, saving on a 5 for the warriors. They're going to lose 2. And then 6 shots into those 2 dogs that are still cowering on the hill, hitting on a 4. 4 hits, saving on a 6. That's going to be the end for them. So, boop boop, and boop boop. Over here by Objective 5, the Demonic Cavalry is going to charge into those Wraiths. Like so. First attacks are the Impacts. 6 hits, saving on a 6. Got 2 saves. Ethereal save. Nothing. And then Spell Eater. Nothing. So they're going to lose 4. The Wraiths attack back, everything on a 6. Nothing. The Wraiths obviously lost combat. Morale test for them. They are going to pass because the Wraiths are quality 3. Even though they're fatigued, the Scythed Ghosts are going to charge into the Warrior Squad on Objective 4. Everything is going to hit on a 6. Ended up with only 3 hits, but they are rending, so saving on a 6. That's going to be 3 dead warriors. The warriors fight back, hitting on a 3. And we start the saves on a 6. They save 2. Ethereal. They save 2. Spell Eater. They save 1 more, only losing 1, which means the warriors lose combat. But they're going to pass their morale test. The warrior squad is just going to charge right back in. The Havoc Caster is going to go all out again, casting Thornfield, trying to get 6 hits on the Scythed Ghosts and the Grim Leader who was leading the Hexed Knights. But she fails. Now for the close combat attacks, hitting on a 6. Nothing. And the Scythe Ghost attacks, also hitting on a 6. 4 hits, which are also rending, so saving on a 6. That's going to be 4 dead warriors, who then lose combat. Need to make a morale test on a 3. And they pass. She goes back, and she's only going to have 1 guy left with her. So now it is the Ghostly Undead's turn, and then this guy, bang, is going to hit right there. First, he has 2 impact hits on a 2. 2 hits, saving on a 3. 2 saves. Then he's got 4 reap attacks and 1 attack with a lance on a 4. The lance is AP 2, so saving on a 5. Saves. And the reap attacks, saving on a 3. Saves all those. Their attacks back on a 6. 1 hit. AP doesn't matter. Saving on a 6. Saving on a 6. And then a regeneration on the 5. It saves. All that rolling for not much. Last activation for the Havoc Warriors. Our demon spawn, with all of the difficult terrain in the way, is going to be able to make it to there. He's kind of gotten boxed in behind everything. The Banshees are going to go full tilt and end up there. And then just because the Ghosts are the last activation, they're also going to charge that Havoc Warrior squad on Objective 4. 6 attacks, hitting on a 5. Ooh, we got 4 hits. Saving on a 3. They're going to kill the last warrior and take that Havoc Master down to 1 wound left. The Havoc Master hitting on a 6. It's got 1 hit. Ghost save on a 6. Ethereal. They lose 1 ghost. So then that Havoc Master lost combat, but they're sticking around. Lose 1, lose 1, back up, and then she is down to 1 wound left. So let's look at objectives for turn number 3. Delve deep. We have 1 Ghostly Chariot that is in the Havoc deployment zone for 1 point. Hold 4. No one's actually holding it right now at all, so that is contested, which means this is not even going to be able to be scored next turn. So we're going to get rid of it. And Seize 2, it's been in the Ghostly Undead's hands since turn number 1, so they get 1 point. So new objectives on the field. Going into the final turn, we have Executioner, Seize 2, and Take No Prisoners. So starting off on turn number 4, the Demon Spawn is going to charge into the Scythed Ghosts. First things first, let's roll for the mutations. He gets a 1, which means his attacks are now rending. 6 attacks, hitting on a 4. So the Scythed Ghosts save on a 6. Ethereal. And Spell Eater. They don't save a single one, so that's going to be 5 dead Scythed Ghosts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this guy is going to not get close enough to actually attack. So it's going to be 1 Scythed Ghost fighting back. 2 attacks on a 5. 1 hit, saving on a 4. It's going to pass. Morale test for the Ghosts. They are going to pass as well. Our Grim Leader on the horse is definitely holding a grudge. Impact hits. 2 hits. Saving on a 3. That's going to be it for her. Didn't even get to swing. The Demonic Cavalry are going to continue pushing over on Objective 5. Their impact hits. Saving on a 6. Ethereal. Spell Eater. They're going to lose 4. Which brings it down to just the Grim Leader hitting on a 4. 2 hits. Saving on a 5. They take 1 wound. The Grim Leader lost combat. Failed his morale test because the Wraiths are no longer there. His quality is a 4. Undead roll. Oof. All the way to the last roll. And then he disappears. The Banshees are going to move forward to there. And then the Banshees are going to howl at that Demon Spawn. 24 attacks, hitting on a 3. Saving on a 5. That's going to be enough. Boom. The last Havoc Master is going to turn and charge into the Scythed Ghosts. 3 attacks on a 3. 3 hits. Saving on a 6. 2 saves. Ethereal. And Spell Eater. That kills the last Scythed Ghost, leaving the Grim Leader. Hitting on a 6. Failed them all. So the Grim Leader needs to make a morale test. Fails. And he, as well, is going to go poof. So poof poof. Just because these ghosts are going to charge in here. 5 attacks hitting on a 5. We got 2 hits. Saving on a 3. That's going to be just enough. Pop. And then final activation of the game. The chariot is going to lift up, fly with fast, and end up on objective number 1. So let's take a look at the objective cards for the last time in this game. Executioner. Both teams were able to, in the last turn, kill off 2 heroes. Not quite 3, so they're both going to get 1 point. Seize 2. Objective number 2 is still under Ghostly Undead control. And take no prisoners. The only ones who were able to win combat by more than 3 in this round were the Havoc Demon Riders. So the Havoc Warriors get 1 point. So let's take a look at the objectives on the board. We have the Havoc Warriors hold that one. They hold this one because the last thing on it was the Demon Spawn. Ghostly Undead hold that. And all 3 on this side of the board. So with an objective score of 4-2 and a secondary score of 9-5 leads to an overall score 13-7 for a Ghostly Undead win. Now, even though the saves of the Ghostly Undead are nearly non-existent, there are so many different layers of the defense that this army can have. These undead just don't want to die. And we will look forward to seeing them in the next Age of Fantasy How to Play series coming up in 2 weeks, where I'm not quite sure who their opponents are yet. We'll just have to tune in to see. So that'll do it for me out in the garage today, everybody. This has been War Boss Fitz. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and leave me a comment. And if you haven't seen it already, go ahead and check out the unit breakdown in the Ghostly Undead Army book released today. That's all I have for you here. Remember to tell all your friends about the fun that is OPR and all their different systems. Hopefully I see you across the table from me one day rolling dice. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.